Hello, Saints. After the journey that we've been through the past 2 months, then after the last watch that we had, I think then on Sunday, then I said, okay, let me seek the Lord in prayer and in fasting because I couldn't understand what was happening because the last watch that we had, it was a very high watch, especially after the full moon that was on the 5th. Okay. And so those days after that were the high watch days, and nothing happened. And after that, I said, okay, let me just seek the Lord. So I entered into a dry fast, like from Sunday, wanting to hear what the Lord is saying, because I know that the last two visions that he gave me, we were in a waiting room where he told me that we need to wait and we're drinking of the heavenly juice. And I know that the vision that I had after that, I saw that the highway to heaven was opened. But either way, there was still no rapture. So, okay, I went to seek the Lord in prayer. As much as the Lord was speaking to me through scriptures and everything, but there was no vision. Like, the Lord didn't give me any vision. I went through the first day, the second day, and the third day, which was yesterday. So yesterday, what happened yesterday was that there was this blast in the sun, which was so huge, And then I saw that even on the bride group chat, and other people were taking me to say, isn't this what you saw? And I was like, oh, okay, wow, this is what I saw. And we wonder if these solar flares will be effective enough to cause 3 days of darkness. But then, as time went by, they were busy sharing pictures of what is happening in different countries, because it's different countries who are on that group. So they started seeing these aurora lights. Some were pinkish, some were it's a mixture of pinkish and green, but it was mostly pinkish. And another, like especially from Canada, and even from US, that they had most of those. So basically it was different countries, people who were sharing. So I was looking at that. And then also when I woke up around 3, went to pray. Still I hadn't had any vision, so I went to pray. And then after prayer, then I checked the group again. They were still posting those pictures of what was happening in their countries, okay? Then I went to bed just looking at whatever that they were posting. Okay, in me, I was like, maybe I should go outside and check what's happening. But I was like, no, I'm too tired. No, let me just sleep. Whatever is happening, I'll see it in the morning. Then when I go to bed, I'm still looking at those pictures. Then I go outside. But listen, this was so real for me that truly I went outside. It's only after that I realized that it was a vision. So the vision starts like it's happening for real. As I'm watching this, I'm like, let me just go outside and check what is happening in my area. Okay, when I go outside, the sky is just as clear as blue. There's nothing. But then there is these 2 white clouds that are small, that are there. And then when I look at them, I'm like, but these clouds are shaped in letters. When immediately I see that they are shaped in letters, I see the first letter is AL, and then the second one, because I wrote it down, I'll show you guys after. I couldn't spell it, but I knew like the letters that were written there. I don't know, it's Jazaro, even if I don't pronounce it right, but I'll show you what was written. And I'm trying to read it even in that vision, and I don't understand. And then immediately that word, it changes again, but it still starts with AL, and now it's JURZHR, but I'll show you guys. Okay, I can't understand it. Okay, and I'm like, immediately when I say, what is this? What is written here? Immediately there's this intense energy that is coming behind those words, that is entering me so powerfully that I feel this vibration even within my body of what I'm looking at. Immediately when I feel that intensity of that energy that was coming on me, then under these words, then it's a scripture that is written now. I know it's a scripture because it was written as a Bible. It's a scripture that is written. But then I'm going line by line trying to read it. I can't understand the language that is written of that scripture. And I'm like, what language is this? And in that vision, I even say, I need to write this down because obviously there's someone in the group who can translate this. While I'm saying, what language is this? What is written? Because these are letters that I'm familiar with, but I can't make sense of anything that is written there. And then in that scripture, there's these two letters that pop up. And these two words, that pop up and letters that pop up. And I see them with, oh, but what does it mean? Then I hear the word that says, I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. And I'm like, wow. And I said, but, okay, I hear the voice of the Lord. He's saying, I'm coming. But I need to write everything, the words that are written above, and I also need to write these scriptures. So I ran into the house to get a pen and a paper. I come back with a white paper, and I just want to write down everything. When I come out, nothing is there. Everything is just, the sky is just as blue as ever. Those letters are no longer there. There's nothing there. And also this vibration that I was feeling in my body, I wasn't feeling it anymore. And so for me, that was so real. I only recognized when I was waking up in the morning to say, oh wow, that was a vision, but that was so real. But let me just show you what was written, okay? So this is the first word that I saw, okay? And then after, it changed, and then it became like this. Okay, those are just the words. And then from there, I see a scripture that I'm trying to read line by line. And then out of that scripture, these words come out when the Lord is saying, I'm coming. So that is what the Lord showed me in that vision when he said, I am coming. It was these two words, and it was this. So because the Lord told me before not to interpret my visions, I'll just leave it at that, as much as I know that I did check some of them to say what they mean. And I also need a clear understanding of it, because I saw that some of it is Arabic, and I don't know whether the other one is Latin or Spanish, but I don't know if it's all Arabic words or what. So if someone has a direct translation of it, because I saw that, I don't know what language is that, but I did write the other one, which it means the judge. And the other one was talking about the island or the higher place. And let me just check. An upper Mesopotamia place. I don't know what's the meaning of that. Okay. And then the last one that popped up from the Bible verse, I saw that it translates as in Arabic as I'm coming. But then other people might have a straight and a direct translation of it to say what language it is, and also the meaning behind it. But one thing that remains, in as much as I may not know the exact translations of these words, is that the Lord said, I'm coming. That what made me happy, because I was like, wow, I'm at the end of the 3-day fast and still nothing. And then the Lord gives me that word, I'm coming. Okay, he's coming, saints. The Lord is coming.